ESTJs are often doing these unusual things. Let's find out if you do them as well. Number 1. Turn every outing into a checklist mission. For an ESTJ, a simple outing is never just a simple outing. It's a full-blown mission with objectives, sub-goals, and contingency plans. Going to the grocery store? That's not a leisurely stroll down the aisles. It's a tactical operation. They've mapped the store layout in their mind, prioritized items by aisle, and probably have a color-coded list that would put military logistics to shame. Heaven help you if you decide to casually detour into the snack aisle. ESTJs don't wander, they execute. Picture this, they're striding into the supermarket like it's a battlefield, reusable bags in hand, mentally timing their route. Milk? Check. Eggs? Check. That obscure brand of organic quinoa? Already accounted for. They zoom past you in the produce section, muttering under their breath about people who don't know how to grab and go. Efficiency is the name of the game, and anything less is unacceptable. But it's not just grocery trips. If you're running errands with an ESTJ, buckle up. A casual trip to pick up light bulbs could morph into a day-long operation involving a stop at the hardware store, a quick detour for gas, and maybe a while-we-were-here visit to the bank. Don't even think about suggesting an unplanned coffee break. They'll squint at you like you just suggested setting fire to the checklist they've worked so hard to perfect. The most iconic part? They treat these outings like a win or lose situation. If they forget an item or take longer than planned, it's practically a personal failure. On the flip side, if everything goes according to plan, or better, if they find a discount, you can see the gleam of victory in their eyes. Expect a triumphant "see, that's how you get things done," as they neatly stack the groceries in the car. And let's not even get started on vacations. Relaxing by the beach? Oh no, there's an itinerary, complete with museum visits, scenic drives, and designated free time, but not too much free time. While others are soaking up the moment, the ESTJ is mentally crossing off activities and planning their next move, all while feeling secretly smug about how much they've accomplished before lunch. Number 2. Treat their calendar like a sacred text. For ESTJs, a calendar isn't just a tool, it's a sacred text, a life guide, and possibly their spirit animal. It's color-coded, cross-referenced, and updated with a kind of fervor that would make even the most dedicated librarians weep with admiration. Forget saying, "Let me check my calendar." The ESTJ is their calendar, and they'll defend its sanctity with the conviction of a high priest guarding ancient scrolls. Plans with an ESTJ expect them to whip out their planner or phone with the speed of a gunslinger. But beware, if your proposed time slot dares to clash with an existing event, you might see their expression turn into something between heartbreak and pure horror. Double booking is the cardinal sin of their universe, and any attempt to wing it is met with a look that clearly says, "Do I look like someone who wings anything?" Their calendar isn't just a list of appointments, it's a living, breathing testament to their organizational prowess. Birthdays, deadlines, dentist appointments, and even the exact time to take the lasagna out of the oven. It's all in there. And let's not forget the reminders. One to prepare, one to actually do the thing, and maybe one more just in case. If you ever wonder how ESTJs manage to juggle work, social events, and their meticulously scheduled gym sessions, it's because their calendar is basically their co-pilot in life. Want to reschedule? Prepare for a negotiation worthy of a UN summit. They'll need to shift 3 meetings, adjust their workout slot, and reprioritize their grocery run, all while muttering about the inefficiency of spontaneous changes. It's not that they're inflexible, it's that their calendar is such a finely tuned masterpiece. Any disruption feels like chaos incarnate. Number 3. Delegate like a boss, even at home. ESTJs don't delegate, they orchestrate, and they do it with the precision of a maestro conducting a symphony. Even at home, they can't help but step into the role of CEO, whether it's organizing a family barbecue or just tackling Saturday chores. To an ESTJ, everything is a project waiting for a clear plan, assigned roles, and probably a debrief at the end. Imagine this. It's a lazy Sunday morning and you're settling into the couch. Not on an ESTJ's watch. Suddenly they appear with a clipboard, metaphorically or maybe literally. handing out tasks like Oprah giving away cars. You take the trash out, you vacuum, you're on dish duty, and you, they say, pointing like a general surveying the troops, are in charge of snacks. Before you know it, you're all swept into the whirlwind of productivity, secretly impressed by how you've accomplished everything without even realizing it. But here's the kicker. ESTJs aren't bossy, they're efficient. They're not delegating to avoid work, they're doing it because they genuinely believe in teamwork, and because they know they could probably do it all themselves. But that's beside the point. Their goal is simple: maximum output with minimum chaos. If you've ever heard the phrase "work smarter, not harder," you can bet it was first coined by an ESTJ somewhere, probably while organizing a PTA bake sale with military-level strategy. And let's talk about the barbecue. What should be a casual cookout transforms into a tactical masterpiece under an ESTJ's watchful eye. Someone's manning the grill, someone else is on cooler patrol, and don't even think about touching the potato salad until the designated food is ready announcement. It sounds intense, but by the end of it, everyone's laughing, full and marveling at how the ESTJ managed to make it all run like clockwork. Even in smaller moments, their delegation skills shine. Dinner prep, they've got one person chopping, another setting the table, and someone else finding that one obscure spice in the pantry. Game night, they've already decided who's shuffling cards and who's keeping score, and they'll secretly enforce those rules, even if the rest of you think it's random. The best part? They make you feel like a valued part of the operation. They might give you a thumbs up or even a heartfelt "great job" when you finish your task. Sure, it's just folding towels or refilling the ice, but under an ESTJ's leadership, you suddenly feel like you're part of something bigger. Number 4. Enforce rules no one knew existed. ESTJs have a knack for enforcing rules no one else even realized were part of the game, sometimes because they just made them up. To them, structure isn't just important, it's the backbone of civilization. So, if they catch someone bending or flat out ignoring the unspoken rules, you better believe they're swooping in like a justice-seeking hawk, ready to restore order with the precision of a courtroom judge and the intensity of a sports referee. Picture game night. Everyone's just here to have fun rolling dice, laughing, and munching on chips. But wait, did you just skip your turn without drawing a card? Cue the ESTJ clearing their throat dramatically. Actually, you're supposed to pick 2 cards if you land on that square, they announce, flipping to a rulebook you didn't even know existed. And if there isn't a rulebook, they'll write one on the spot, ensuring this newfound clarity graces all future game nights. You can't even be mad. It's weirdly impressive how quickly they can establish order in total chaos. And it's not just about board games. ESTJs are the ones pointing out the real rules of the road, even if they're not technically driving, or reminding everyone to stand on the right side of the escalator, because it's just common courtesy. Did you know there's a proper way to stack the dishwasher? Well, you do now, because the ESTJ just taught you, and they've got diagrams and efficiency statistics to prove it. Even in unstructured environments, they'll instinctively sense where a rule should exist and enforce it like it's law. Potluck party, they'll gently but firmly inform you that no, 7 desserts and 1 salad does not constitute balanced contributions. Office fridge, they'll stick a label on their Tupperware faster than you can say "food thief," and implement a sign-out sheet for milk usage if things get really out of hand. The kicker? Half the time their rules actually make sense. Sure, you rolled your eyes when they declared no one could wear shoes in the house because dirt tracks germs, but later you noticed how much easier it was to clean the floors. Or when they banned anyone from texting during family dinners, and suddenly conversations were better? They don't just enforce rules, they create systems that, begrudgingly or not, you will end up appreciating. Number 5. Get nostalgic for the way things were. ESTJs and nostalgia go together like peanut butter and jelly, or maybe more like VHS tapes and rewinding. While they're all about efficiency and forward thinking, there's a surprisingly sentimental side to them that longs for the way things used to be. They're the type to wax poetic about the golden age of something, whether it's a family tradition, a company protocol, or even how Saturday morning cartoons were just better back in the day. Picture an ESTJ at a family gathering, dramatically recounting the proper way Thanksgiving dinners used to run when Grandma was in charge. She had a system, they say, with the gravitas of someone describing a military operation. We knew exactly when the turkey was coming out of the oven. And don't get me started on her seating chart. It just worked. There's a sparkle in their eye, a tinge of yearning for those perfectly organized, crispy, efficient moments that now feel like relics of a bygone era. And don't even try to mess with their routines or traditions. The holiday cookie recipe? You bet it's staying exactly as it was in 1994. No substitutions or modern twists allowed. Suggest swapping that family reunion location and you'll get a look of such quiet devastation, you might as well have proposed outlawing birthday cakes. ESTJs see these rituals not as optional, but as sacred relics of stability in an otherwise chaotic world. Their nostalgia isn't limited to family either. At work, they'll fondly reminisce about how we used to do things, even if it's something as mundane as the way memos were formatted. Back when I started here, we had standards, they declare, shaking their head at the modern free-for-all of emails and emojis. And don't be surprised if they keep a drawer full of artifacts, an old business card, a retired employee handbook, or a particularly satisfying color-coded chart from a previous project. But here's the thing, their nostalgia isn't just about clinging to the past, it's about preserving what they believe worked. ESTJs view the way things were as a blueprint for the way things should be. Sure, they'll adapt when they have to, but deep down they'd rather dust off an old system and prove it's still the most effective option than waste time reinventing the wheel. These videos will be really helpful for you.